Welcome back to another episode of Through Thick
and Thin.
Today I'm here with...
Today we got a really cool guest on the podcast today.
It's Mick Cafe instead of Tim Hortons today.
Yeah. I went to the drive-thru and they told me to leave. They heard us.
Tim's, yeah. Well, I have this BioSteel that I stole from some kids at the baseball diamond, so...
Yeah, maybe you stole it out of a hockey kid's bag.
Yeah, I seen this kid walking with his hat backwards on top of his head, and I asked him if he had any extra BioSteel.
Did you have the curtains going?
Yeah, dude.
Was he floating?
Yeah, I think I just said I was leaving a Yukon pulled up, so I think his mom was coming to get him.
Okay, that makes sense, yeah.
Yeah, so cool.
You can really tell which ones are the ones that are going to make it, depending on which ones drive, what they drive, you know?
Like what? Can you give me an example?
Like this one kid pulled up, his dad pulled up, and they had two separate cars, so I don't know if the marriage is healthy or not, but the dad was driving a Porsche Cayenne, and the mom came in like a brand new Escalade.
Yeah, and that means he's going to make it probably, right?
Yeah, because they'll just dump money into the fire there.
That is the crazy thing. I feel like that's baseball. I feel like that's hockey and football.
Yeah, maybe. I just don't know. Like with football, you need like that. You need
that
a
dog?
heavy desire. Yeah, you need that dog.
Yeah, I would say hockey. Hockey especially. The more money you have, the more likely it is that your kid is successful at hockey. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. I was gonna say baseball, but that's a lie because there's mainly Dominicans playing baseball and they don't really have much.
Yeah, I think with hockey, like the difference is like the equipment is so expensive. Yeah. So at one point or another, like the parents, if you don't make bank, they're just like, okay, you're either gonna have to get a job and support yourself through this, or you're done.
Or they get like some sort of scholarship or something.
Yeah, but yeah, it does seem to be like
a little bias. Yeah,
I'm gonna put a feeler out there. I don't get the impression that Austin Matthews grew up in a tough environment.
No, well, he grew up in Arizona, so the heat was probly tough.
Yeah, maybe, who knows? Someone's probably gonna fill me in here and be like, "Yeah, he was homeless for 8 years or something."
As a 12-year-old,
yeah.
He had to make ice in his fridge and skate on it.
What sport do you think the players get the worst rap? Like the worst from the outside, people are hard on them. I think basketball, NBA probably. Like get the least amount of respect, I would say.
Least amount of respect? It's soccer players.
You think soccer, yeah?
Yeah, especially in North America.
But like, in Europe, though?
In Europe,
in the big picture.
Yeah, big picture, the grand scheme.
Yeah.
You could see that, you know.
Like, I think maybe hockey players...
WNBA players.
What's that?
Like women's basketball. They don't get enough appreciation, maybe.
Like,
Sue Bird is the generational talent, right?
What does that look like? Like, what is it?
Just layups. And bricks.
And they play what?
They play basketball.
Like basketball?
Basketball. But it's all girls. It's just girls.
When did they start letting that happen?
Well, it's a subsidiary of the NBA. So you'd have to
talk. And people are okay with this?
I guess. Yeah.
Wow. I thought this world was falling apart, and now I guess that just really confirmed it, yeah. Dang. Are they allowed to do other things as well?
Well, they have to if they want to make a living. So
they're all working construction.
Yeah, they got other jobs.
Who would ever thought that the CFL and the WNBA would have so much in common? Hey,
yeah,
it's all part-time positions. Coming from two guys and a couple shitty chairs.
Hey, these are your moms.
These are my moms, man.
Sacred.
Yeah, that's funny. What's your thoughts on the women's sports stuff? Like the controversy in terms of pay or in terms of like notoriety, because that's always a conflicting thing.
I don't know. I think they're getting paid accordingly for what they're like getting in viewership.
I actually think they're getting paid more because they have to get subsidized by the NBA.
Yeah, that's true.
So really, should they not be paying to play if they're not making any revenue? If they're losing revenue?
I guess, but then you have to think of the advertisements that they're getting too. Like Gatorade is a big sponsor as well, so they're going to be making. This is just grabbing something out of the air. I'm guessing Sue Bird's probably making 6 figures to almost $250,000.
Like the player, the player, yeah.
She just recently retired, but
And obviously I don't know what I'm talking
They'll probably make
about.
more money when they retire than they probably would have playing. Because they can like coach college or something.
They can write a book complaining about
about
not making as much. Yeah.
That, and everyone wants men to watch female sports, right, and enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's going to be very tough because men going to watch
men. Yeah, because they're relatable.
Yeah, if girls want to watch, they need to come out and support women. Like,
yeah. It's like complaining the guys aren't watching The Bachelorette enough.
Yeah. But there are some.
There are some, but they're probably not going to hold that show together.
No. They need to quit watching the Kardashians and
maybe
like murder porn and maybe watch some WNBA games.
Yeah. The Call Her Daddy podcast could lose some viewers,
some viewership,
you know. Yeah. I mean, it's like us, you know. I don't feel like we really get a fair chance at this thing.
At podcasting.
Yeah, I feel like we kind of get pigeonholed into a demographic of,
a white male.
What? Yeah.
Degenerates.
Yeah, I feel. Don't you feel that way?
Mm-hmm. Sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. But aren't we we're the majority of people? So then technically that's everybody, right? Everyone's
white male degenerates.
Yeah.
That's kind of funny. I agree with you though. But that being said, so I can dig myself out of this hole a little bit. Okay. I think it's good. Like even if the WNBA, let's say, I believe it does lose money. Like it's not profitable. But I think it's good that it does get subsidized by like the NBA or other sports, because I do like the idea that you can still have a professional women's league.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I don't think sports are all about money. No. I get it's a business. But that being said, there has to be some expectations.
Think about the young women that are watching these play.
Yeah, it's inspirational for young women. It's
for mental health watching. Yeah. No, it's good. I also think that there's women that are better. Like for instance, female tennis.
Yep.
Like Serena Williams is definitely would be up there for top female athlete versus someone in the NBA or the WNBA, I'd say.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah,
I watched an interview where the captain of the U.S. female soccer team was praising Sue Bird.
That's that lady with the hair.
Yeah. She was saying that she was the best athlete of all time.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah, completely ignoring Serena Williams, Amanda Nunes.
I get it. I get what she's doing. She's trying to promote her, or that, not her, but the sport itself or the brand. But at the same time, I think it does the opposite. Because it's such an obvious overstatement that I think people check out. They have conversations like we're having where you're come on, you're making a joke of it when you take it that far.
Yeah,
I think it's just be regular.
Comparing Michael Jordan to Sue Bird.
Who would be in your eyes? Who's the greatest female athlete ever?
Got to watch female sports to
just
find
wait.
Out, right?
Let's do 3, 2, 1. Okay. Tell me when you've got one. Don't say it out loud, though.
I'm trying to think of one that I enjoy watching.
Well, just who you think is the greatest.
I don't know that many. I'm trying to. There's definitely. It's got to be Amanda Nunes is up there for sure.
Okay. Well, you keep them in your head because I'm gonna go 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
You ready? Mm-hmm. I swear, if you say Amanda Nunes now, I'm gonna lose my mind.
No.
3, 2, 1.
Annabelle Danger.
I was gonna say Brittany Griner. Who did you say?
A porn star.
Oh jeez.
No one's counting them out really.
Actually, though,
those are athletes.
Yeah.
They're getting paid. They're performing every day in and day out. You know.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. It takes toll on the body, I'm sure.
It does, and the mind.
I'm sure. Yeah. Wow. Do you think you could do it?
Porn?
Yeah.
Mentally or physically?
I'm gonna go with both.
Both? No, I don't think so.
Which one do you think you'd struggle with the most?
Mentally.
Yeah, why?
Because I just feel like I'm being used.
Yeah.
And you're never really developing a serious relationship with people. You're just getting literally fucked.
Well, are you getting fucked?
No, you're fucking, I guess, is what I'm worried.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Maybe you are. I don't know, dude.
Yeah, that's true.
that's between you and your co-star or stars.
Co-star, yeah,
or
partner.
Stars.
And then you got to develop some sort of relationship after you retire, if you retire.
With who?
Well, you want to get. Hopefully, you don't want to get married and have kids, right? So now you got to explain to your family,
Well, if you're a dude, then you're just a high value male, right?
Yeah. How about that? That's
top of the temple, baby.
Psychotic. Yeah.
Top of the temple.
Yeah.
You know what they say? I was watching the Arnold documentary on Netflix, and one thing I realized about him: one, he's very competitive.
No shit, eh?
Yeah, like real competitive. But he's also, the thing about him, he's super quick, like with his wit, like with his comebacks and stuff. They had said someone was interviewing him back in the Pumping Iron days, and they said the wolf coming up is always hungrier than the wolf at the top. And Arnold was at the top. Yep. And Arnold said back, he said, the wolf at the top eats whenever he wants. And I was like, and he's so fast, and I'm like, whoa. He's right.
Well, think about it. He was probably being at the top, right? You're always under the pressure and the view of the media. So, of course, like, and you're the best at doing it. So you would have to assume you would have to be somehow mentally quick to, like, because people are going to try to shit on you a lot.
Yeah, it's kind of like the Conor McGregor thing. Eh? Yeah. He's pretty quick like that, too. I'm trying to think of other athletes that were like that. Like Kobe, Michael Jordan. I put all these people in the same category. Kobe, Michael Jordan, Arnold. I know he's not an athlete like the other two, but kind of that really competitive Tiger Woods. But like Arnold, I would say would be the only one that's that charismatic out of those guys.
And versatile.
Yeah, like he can.
Like I did it all.
He could probably walk in a room, and even if not all the eyes were on him, he could figure out a way to get all the eyes on him.
Really? Okay.
I feel like, don't you?
No clue.
No,
I've never watched any documentaries about Arnold or anything.
Oh, it's good. It's just three parts. I haven't seen the whole third part, but
watched a few YouTube videos of him at like weightlifting events, and like I think people already have eyes on him, even like because like they like
at those
right,
for
they
sure
worship his ground, like the ground that he walks on.
Yeah, which is like you don't really hear that in bodybuilding at all now. Hey, like would you know any bodybuilders?
Yeah,
you do.
C-Bum?
Okay, yeah, he's actually a pretty good example. He seems to be doing a good job. Do you know any other ones
Bradley
though?
Martin?
No. He's just a YouTuber,
boy, right?
Huh?
He's an elk boy, right?
He's
kind of a bodybuilder in a
he did body build kind of, but he wouldn't be considered like a elite level or anything like that.
I mean, Ronnie Coleman.
He was one, yep.
Pelle Friesen.
I'm not a bodybuilder.
Yeah, I know. I don't really know much about it.
But but like you know Arnold.
I know the big ones, like the names.
Yeah, but you wouldn't know like in the open class, which is the big guys, which is actually what Arnold was in. You wouldn't know the winner, hey?
Say some names.
Like there's like Big Ramy, Hadi Chupan or something like that. I don't know how to say his name. There back in the day, there was like what I'm familiar with is like Branch Warren, Jay Cutler.
Jay Cutler.
There you go. Yeah. But I think they're so out of touch. Like Arnold was like relatable.
Well, that and he also had movies.
Yeah, eventually.
Like big movies.
Yeah.
And not even eventually. He was doing movies while bodybuilding.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So.
Just crazy. In the documentary, he talks about he was a millionaire before he ever took like a lead acting role.
Just by winning like bodybuilding champions?
Real estate.
Really?
Yeah. So he says in this series, he says that he wouldn't take lower roles because he said he didn't need to. He wasn't doing it for the money. Yeah. So he said he would just say no to like the lesser roles, and he just waited for a big role.
Okay.
When he was first starting.
Do you think I'm too close to this, Mike?
No, you're good.
I'm getting anxious.
Why?
Because it's so close.
Torrie, think about the audio in our first podcast.
That's true.
Whatever this sounds like is probably better than that.
That's fair.
With these new Fire mics.
Yeah.
Our equipment's just going to change every episode.
Yeah. We're going to have to paint the room at some point. We're going to
have to paint each other.
Yeah.
What color would you?
Some leather.
Yeah, we should actually do a leather. Halloween, dude. That's when we're doing the bondage episode. I'll hold a leash. Put a collar around you. You'll sit on the floor.
Jeez. Yeah, but like a dog.
I'll tell you when to bark. No, but how's your week been, man? Enough about Arnold, right? The guy gets talked about enough.
My week was good. I was busy with doing charity golf tournaments and stuff with work. I won the putting competition at one of them. I won not a Tasmo. Are Tasmos a thing still?
I think so.
What is it? An Nespresso machine. That was pretty cool. Yep.
They just got to put extra letters on things, eh?
Well, they're like Italian. Let's make it sound Italian. So
yeah. How long was the putt?
So it was so let's say you have like a board, right? And then there's 5 holes in the board. So there's 1 point on like 1, 3, 5, 3, 1 on the board. You have 3 chances, no practice shots, no looks or anything. You just have to get it, and whoever has the most points
In 3 shots.
Wins. So the highest point, I was the last guy to go.
Ooh, that's nice.
And
Can I see the lay of the land?
It was like 8 points. And I just thought if I could shoot for threes each time, I won by 9 points. So what happened is I would take my one putt, I'd get it through the hole, and then I remembered where that ball was on the green, and just hit it from that same spot, same line, and just kept doing that.
Did you sink all 3? Like, did you get it in a hole all 3? So what was your score?
9.
So you hit 3 every time.
Yeah.
Nicely done.
Yeah. It was great. I've never seen that many grown men cheering for me before. It felt great.
What did you like? What would you say was your biggest takeaway? Other than obviously the Nespresso machine.
It was for an espresso machine.
Yeah, but like emotionally, I would say.
Oh, emotionally, I felt good. I've never felt cheered for before, like physically.
Would you say at this point now, like, do you see yourself struggling with like ego stuff or anything like that?
I might have an identity crisis.
Yeah. Has it carried over into any other areas of your life?
I started wearing golf clothing like strictly at work. I bring my putter to work.
Okay.
And I got a plaque made.
Yeah, I did have somebody ask me. They just wanted me to check in on you. Okay. They were saying that you were shaking hands at the door or something like that at your work.
Yeah. I've been signing autographs on people like foreheads and babies and stuff.
Yeah.
But they don't ask for it. I didn't. It's tough to read sometimes, right?
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Good for you though.
Yeah, no, I felt
is putting your strong suit in golf
this season? Yeah.
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 What's your worst? Like, what's typically
this year? It's been driver. I cannot drive a ball.
You just slice, or what happens?
Like crazy. Yeah.
And a slice is when it goes away from you.
It goes this way.
For the people that are listening to the audio,
it cuts out instead of cutting in.
And that's a hook is when it cuts in.
Is when it cuts in. Yeah.
Okay. When they say I'm gonna lay up or that was a nice lay, what does that mean?
When you lay up on a ball, that means like you try to not hit it so strong. You try to like get shorter, so you don't use full power. You're laying up on your swing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's more used for like chipping or 50 to 100 yards from the pin.
What's some golf stereotypes?
That they're all like trust fund babies, like the very pretentious sport. When I really don't think it's going there anymore.
No, it's for the regular man now.
I think so. There's a lot of streetwear companies that are coming out now.
In golf?
Golf streetwear.
Wow.
So like Bogey Boys, it's owned by Macklemore.
Okay.
They're doing like somehow hip hop's getting a hold of golf, and they're making it like a culture. It's
because there's enough white guys in hip hop. That's what's happening.
Yeah, Jack Harlow really fixed that for us.
They're like, we got to take this.
So that's really cool. And I honestly think if someone was to start a channel with like the Nelk Boys, but it's golf,
like that kind of style,
that would blow up because everyone drinks on the golf course. There's like part of the game is drink. Like it sounds bad, but there's booze. Booze is heavily involved in golf. Yeah,
especially for the guys who golf quite consistently. There's like I feel like watching from the outside because I'm obviously not a golfer. It seems like there's like a fine line. Like there's a prestige line.
Yeah.
Where it's like
you got it like the best of
the guys who show up every week, but they pretty much get hammered by hole 15. Would you say? 12, 15?
12 or 15.
Yeah, they always pay in cash. Yeah. They don't want their wife to know how much is going on the credit card.
Yeah, they hit on the cart girl.
Yeah, those guys. And then there's usually like the 20-some-year-old guy who's still taking it real serious. Yeah. Who's lots of times is there by himself.
Mm-hmm. But also there's the 20-year-olds are just there to party.
If you were to invite me out to go golfing, I would have 2 attitudes. And it would be based off of your mentality.
Okay.
I guess it would be based off mine too.
My golfing mentality is semi-professional.
Okay, so I'd probably take it decently seriously.
I'll have probably on a course, if I'm playing 9 holes, I'll probably have 3 beers.
Okay.
So that's 1 beer per 3 holes. but I'm not like hammered.
See, I would go one of two ways, and I feel like I'd probably just play the game of golf with you. But if you were really serious, I think I would go the other way, where I would just try and piss you off the whole time.
Yeah, that bothered me.
Which would be a piss off.
Yeah.
Or if you were like semi-serious and you're like, hey, I'm not gonna scream at anybody, but I'm gonna try my best.
Yeah.
Then I'd probably do the same.
The nice thing with golf, even if you're like an amateur, is that you're able to go out with your friends. You're outside getting some fresh air, and you're playing it might not be a competitive game, but you're playing a game. You know, you're out in nature.
Do you think they lose some of the demographic from the like kind of the gatekeeping in golf?
I like pissing off gatekeepers though.
Yeah, but I mean like the kid who comes in off the off the street kind of kid.
Oh yeah, there's
like
definitely certain clubs where clubhouses where they're like, you can't play here. You don't have X amount of dollars in your bank account.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
that's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy because it's a park. It's really just a park.
Yeah, it's like a really well maintained lawn, which I mean kind of checks out for some of the people.
Yeah. But on the other hand, though, I think that's going to change because you have like that new like culture coming in of like it's getting like basketball eyes. Like
yeah,
like for instance, do you know who Schoolboy Q is?
He's a rapper.
Yeah, he's tied to Kendrick Lamar and stuff.
Okay,
big time golfer.
How long have they been tied together for?
I don't know. They're on their record label TD.
How do they fly?
Yeah, I don't know. So yeah, he's big into golf. So
that's cool.
Right, and that guy's like, I think he's a Crip, and he loves golf.
So it's kind of like the Lil Wayne liking Donald Trump type of thing. It's really bringing two worlds together.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting where golf will be in the next 10 years.
That's cool.
And now that they're signed with like Live was more of like a party atmosphere, like an event.
Yeah.
So I think that'll be good too.
That's sweet. That'll be nice. Michael Jordan, he made his own golf course, right? Because they wouldn't let him play in shorts. Was that it, or what was it?
I have no clue, but he made it specifically for him, like so he plays the best at it. And I love that, how you can have the money to do that.
Such a psycho move, eh? This is mine, baby. It's weird it didn't take off more back in like the 2000s, not late 90s, like when he was big into it.
Yeah, but people were skateboarding then.
That is true. X Games were big. Bring back the X Games. Man, I wish we could have caught more of that.
That I think COVID helped with golf too. Like
I thought I was gonna say the X Games.
COVID and X Games, yeah.
COVID helped with golf. Yeah, I guess lots of people
They were the only thing that was really operational, and you could go outside.
Yeah, you could go do it.
Yeah.
Did you have to do the plexiglass between you and your part? No way.
It was brutal.
And then when you go to drive, can you stand together?
You can all stand on the tee box.
But when you're in the cart, then you can.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
That's
it was
cute.
Ridiculous.
Did you ever like kiss each other through the plexiglass?
No. On those really hot days, your body would stick to the plastic. Yeah, it was great. And then, do you know what really was the kicker? You would all ride in the same car to go to the golf course.
And then, that was like the theater though too.
Separate.
Do you remember driving to the theater? And we would all go to the theater in the same car, and then you get there, and then we had to sit with a seat in between everybody. It's like we just all shoved each other into this flipping Toyota Corolla.
Yeah, this tiny car. Yeah, great.
It does get times.
Yeah,
that's cool. So golf, and you said you golfed twice. So both tournaments.
Yeah, I played 2 tournaments, Monday and Tuesday. I played through that wicked heat that one day.
Yeah, that was cooking. I'm surprised you didn't get a sunburn.
I did around my neck.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I've been applying lotion, so it should be getting better.
Are you a shorts or a pants guy?
Shorts.
Yeah. Okay.
Shorts.
Is there
Unless
a reason for it?
Because it's hot out.
It's hot, yeah. Just like to stay cool out there.
Yep.
Nice.
Plus, I got nice calves, so.
Do you? Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Nice. Do you, I always wondered the purpose of the golf shoe, like the little thingy on the bottom. What does that do?
So those aren't really in use as much anymore. People are going spikeless. So which means they're just like more like, it's like a cleat essentially.
Okay.
Like that's one with the spikes. They're like cleats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the
So your
point?
feet don't slip when you're swinging. You can get like your front foot needs to mainly stay stationary.
Okay.
So you don't want your feet to be twisted when you're swinging. Because a lot of like the pros put a lot of their body into their swings. So if they swing real hard, they don't want their feet to stay planted. You don't want your feet moving around. If you can,
that makes sense.
Control your feet, the better.
And I guess the tee box it's slippery
wet,
too, right?
Yeah, because a lot of the grasses, or in the morning there's a lot of dew. So
that's cool.
But now you have spikeless shoes that don't have that big cleat thing, like that round, which are kind of nice too, because you get enough grip, but not enough where it's like that clacky. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
it's like a normal shoe.
I feel like too, like with so much torque, like twisting and torque,
wreck your ankles.
Your ankles or your knees, or something's gonna blow out.
Sticking too much.
It's amazing how many like older people play golf with that in mind. Yeah. Like how much twisting and force. Yeah. It's also great to watch like really old people play golf.
They're really good.
They're good, but their swing is wild.
Yeah, and it doesn't go very far, but they're very consistent, which is cool.
Yeah, they've really learned it. They're like, if I, it's kind of like your 3 when you're hitting the 3 on that target thing. They're like, I don't need a 5.
No,
I just need to hit 3s.
Yeah, and like with them, I had 2 older people in our scrimmage there. Mm-hmm. Me and my partner, we would drive and get it close to the pin, and the old people would take over with the chipping and the putting.
Oh, really? That's cool.
Yeah, it worked out really well.
Would you say mini golf was designed to be golf for people in poverty?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. It was a feeler.
It feels like it though, right? Yeah, because it's kind of tacky.
It's like, yeah, you guys can play.
Yeah. One of the guys that I played with on the tournament, he was a professional mini putt guy.
No.
Yeah, he was really good at putting.
Kind of cool.
It was neat. Yeah, so he swung right but putted left.
Really?
Yeah, it was weird.
I love those clubs that are really tall. Does anybody use those anymore? I
have no clue.
And you've seen those, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They get it up to their chin.
Yeah.
And they use their neck.
So gay.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Hey, whatever works.
Yeah. So what else has been up?
Yeah, that's about it. Really, golfing.
I think. Okay, I was going to ask you about this because I felt like you would know. What's going on with that sub?
Oh, I had it in my notes.
I knew it. I thought of it today. I'm like, I was going to look into it. I'm like, no, you know what? I'm going to ask Torrie. He's going to know for sure. Okay, what the heck happened here?
So it was 5 people. One was the engineer of the company and the CEO of this company. One was a French diver, like a professional scuba diver, like not a submarine diver. And then one was a millionaire, and 2 of them were one was a millionaire, and one was a billionaire and his kid, 19-year-old son. And they're missing in the ocean. So
something went wrong.
Something went wrong. They think that it could have. The most likely thing would be a decompress somehow, and it got crushed. Because I think when you get down to around 12,000 feet, it's like 6,000 pounds per square inch or something.
Is that how far down they are? Is 12,000?
Yeah.
Wow.
And not a lot of things can go down there. We don't have like the Navy. Apparently, the Navy doesn't have anything capable of getting down there, even if they were to get rescued.
Yeah.
They only have like 96 hours of oxygen.
So they're done.
Yeah. The likelihood of them getting saved is very, very slim. Because even if they could come up to the surface, they'd have to stay in that compressor. Like they'd have to decompress, right?
So they only have so many hours of oxygen, and then they would have to slowly come up, right? Yeah. Wow.
It's sad. It's tough. But also, what is it with billionaires being in tubes?
Just they like to go places,
they
man.
Just like guess how much the tickets were for that to go see the Titanic.
The what?
Titanic.
What'd you say? The Titanic. I've never heard it. Yeah. What was it?
$250,000 a piece.
200. Wow.
Yeah.
I wonder if it was worth it.
And apparently the sub was like experimental too. So.
Wow.
It sucks.
And do you know how long it was supposed to take? Like, was it a day trip?
8 hours down.
8 hours down, 8 hours up, kind of thing.
Something like that. Yeah.
What if you had to pee or anything on that sub?
There's a toilet on there, like a little petri dish, basically.
So can you stand up and everything?
No.
You just pass
Sit
this.
cross-legged.
Why would you want to do
I
this?
don't know.
Like,
Dude.
don't they have like footage of the Titanic
Yes,
already?
exactly.
Or excuse me, Titanic.
Yeah, they do. You go put on a DVD, you know, watch the movie.
Yeah, like it's just sitting there. Like it's a ship.
Yeah.
Like it's
Yeah.
neat. It's cool.
Yeah.
But I don't need to go 8 hours to go see it.
And to the point where, like, if some light crack, you get turned into paste, dude. It's apparently the pressure's so severe that, like, if you could, like, the human body could fit through like a pinhole
Once
like
it collapses.
if it collapsed.
Oh, so
That's how quick you'd be. Yeah.
That's crazy. Just from the pressure of the water.
You'd just be soup.
That's a crazy concept. Just thinking of that is how fast you know.
It'd be quick and painless though.
It's crazy. It doesn't go the other way though. Like when you go into space.
You would think you'd implode, right?
Yeah, you'd go the other way and just 10 times yourself.
What's that movie with? Is it Adam Sandler or someone? He farts in the spacesuit.
I don't know.
He like blows up the spacesuit.
That definitely sounds like an Adam Sandler movie.
I remember watching it as a kid. It was funny. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Do you know what the really funny part is? The billionaire stepson went to a Blink-182 concert while all this was going on, and he tweeted that his parents and his family would want him to go.
Do you disagree?
No, I don't disagree because my parents would probably be the same. They'd be like
Tom DeLonge was probably brought him on stage, dude.
People are shitting on this kid for wanting to do. I'm like, what is he gonna do? Like,
I'm kind of joking. It is kind of distasteful. Like I would maybe go to the Blink-182 concert. I wouldn't tweet about it. No. Yeah, that part's a little like if your parents, if all of a sudden your parents were gone and missing, like do you think you would be able to go to a Blink-182 concert?
If I knew the reasoning, like they're in the ocean.
No, they're actually in the woods, and they may have been eaten by wolves.
Okay, then I would be looking for them in the woods because I can help with that situation.
You should. That'd be funny if you went looking for them in the ocean.
Me and James Cameron
just keeps trying to swim to the bottom. Have they contacted James at all?
No, they haven't. I'm sure he's licking his lips though. He's like, this would make a great movie.
Because I did hear that they pushed back Avatar, and I didn't know if there was any correlation between this event and pushing back Avatar. But
maybe him to go look for him.
Yeah.
I hate James Cameron.
Why do you hate him? Well, don't say you hate him. I don't think you actually hate him.
I dislike him.
There we go.
He's a bit of a cuck, I think.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What about him?
I don't know. Like, he's a dork who likes subs. Like, why? Subs are cool.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I don't disagree with you.
He just seems like a dork.
Does seem... The thing I don't like about him is that he keeps pushing these GD Avatar movies back.
Yeah.
It's like, you just shouldn't have made them.
No, they're shit.
Well, I haven't seen it. The first one I liked.
Yeah,
I haven't seen the second one.
Leave it at that, you know?
Did you go see the second one?
It was awful.
You didn't like it?
I did not like it, though.
No, what about it?
It seems that they're always pushing agendas in these movies now.
Ooh, a little bit of politics mixed
annoying.
in there.
It's annoying.
And that's my thing too, is he seems like he likes to push some political stuff pretty hard.
Yeah.
Which cool, do your thing, but also can I just watch a movie?
Yeah, just make it about alien. They're aliens. They're not like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aren't we all though, kinda?
We're born here.
Some of us.
Yeah, that's true. Some of us.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen with that sub. I think they're hooped. I think they're shit out of luck, unfortunately.
It's kind of ironic the way the Titanic happened, and I mean,
You want to know the name of the sub?
yeah, I do.
It's called Titan.
Ooh. Ooh.
Yeah,
Ooh.
great name choice.
Dang. And was this its first run?
No, it's been operational for 2 years or something.
Oh, so she's been going for a while.
The Titanic's just like LeBron James in the playoffs, eh? 100 years out, she's still claiming bodies.
That's what I mean. It's like
that.
Just give up on the. It's a ship. It's really cool. It's not even the biggest ship anymore. Not even close. Tragic end.
Yeah.
Historic thing and whatever. But come on, you know.
I wonder who called the Titanic out of retirement to bury a couple more. You know.
They're like, we need you.
Titanic's just doing this.
Yep. Bring them down, baby. Bring them down.
LeBron with the Cavs. Down 3-0 in the playoffs. Titanic comes in and just
came back.
Scoops another 5 lives 100 years out.
That's wild. Yeah, Yeah, flip. Shout out the Titanic.
Yeah, if you want to come on the podcast,
We'll have you.
we know a sub that would take us to meet you. So, or you could come up, maybe see us for once. That'd be nice of you to do that.
Yeah, yeah.
Like very selfish of that ship to do
How
that.
crazy is it that the Titanic hit an iceberg?
Pretty logical. They're around the Arctic Circle, right?
Yeah, but like, I don't know. I feel like there's some missed pieces, you know, some logistical issues.
Well, this is conspiracy. We're going down that rabbit hole. Apparently, the manufacturer of that ship took out a big insurance policy right before it set sail.
Oh, really? Who's the manufacturer? Do you know? Bombardier?
Red Star?
Who's Red Star? Is that some Russian company?
No, I think it was some star company.
Oh, that's actually maybe that. Okay. I thought maybe it was BMW or something.
The competitor of their company was also on the Titanic.
Ooh.
So it's theory that it was sunk intentionally to help little business espionage.
Seems like a long way to go to take care of
Yeah,
someone.
just murder somebody.
Yeah,
And it's
like-
also 1912.
Yeah.
You can literally kill anybody and just bury them in a yard.
You're good.
You're good.
You're never going to be found out. Imagine that.
Yeah.
Like nowadays, even if I murdered somebody on accident, I guess which wouldn't be murder. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'd be terrified. Obviously, you'd feel bad, but I'd also be terrified.
Yeah, I would just turn myself in, I think, because
Yeah.
you're hooped.
Yeah, where back in the day, you could like accidentally hit a kid on their bike.
And just, yeah. You could probably leave them there.
You know what? You could probably tell them you did it.
Yeah.
They'd be like, well, the kid shouldn't have been biking.
Yeah. Where did he get that stupid bike? We've been trying to ban these things.
Yeah.
We don't like change in this country.
Yeah. This actually is a great segue, Tori. How about those electric scooters and bikes ripping through the streets everywhere? We didn't talk about this yet, did we?
I thought we touched a little bit on it. I know I said that we thought they were kind of bitch.
Yeah.
But if we owned one, it'd be cool.
Fine. My deal, this is going to be an old man thing, is like they don't follow any traffic laws.
No, and they can do 30 to 40K.
Yeah. Like all of a sudden they'll just rip in front of you.
Yep.
And I swear I've almost hit somebody.
Excuse me. Yeah.
I'm not saying I have hit anybody. I would never do that. But I'm saying I almost have.
Yeah. There's a little girl in our block.
Tori, I'm trying to tell you, I've never hit anybody on one of those. I need you to know that.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay?
Are they coming for you or what?
No, I have never done it. I will never do it. I haven't done it. I'm trying my best.
Okay. All right.
Anyways, what were you saying?
There's a little girl on our block. She has one, and she does this. She rides like this.
Oh, she's too short.
But her parents let her rip on it. She goes around the whole block. Like I'm like, this girl's like 6 or 7.
Yeah, and you guys live close to a big highway too.
Yeah, like shouldn't be telling people how to raise their kids, but
Well, you're looking out for the kid.
yeah, it's a little scary sometimes.
Yeah, that is terrifying.
Yeah.
What's your what do you do when you see a kid playing like near the street? Sometimes I especially when I'm walking, I'm kind of torn sometimes to check in, say, hey, where are your parents? Or to be like, hey, maybe get off I haven't done it yet.
I don't do it. I just keep driving.
Because I feel like it's scary to ask.
Yeah.
They can take it one of two ways when you say, hey, where's your parents?
Yeah.
So I just keep going, but
keep going.
it scares me, dude. It scares me.
Yeah.
Like I would never, I want to make this clear. I would never hit someone with my vehicle. Ever. Okay?
Yeah.
Is that clear?
Are you saying you...
But it scares me when kids play in the street.
Mm-hmm. Who would you hit with your car?
Nobody, Tori. And if it was somebody, be somebody who didn't matter that much.
Okay. How about Caitlyn Jenner hitting and killing someone with her car? And not
Yeah, how about that and just no jail time?
Yeah. Maybe that's why she had to switch teams.
Maybe she thought no one would notice.
Yeah. Where did Bruce go? Oh,
he's gone.
He's gone. Yeah.
He never existed.
He can't go to jail now.
Ooh.
You know?
You should try that if you ever get jail time.
Just see how fast I can transition.
Yeah. Okay, I did hear that in Canada they passed some sort of law that you can, as a male, you can identify as a female and go to the female side.
Of a jail?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
That's scary.
Yeah.
That's not a good idea.
No, I feel like it's questionable, especially since usually the people who are in jail are criminals and don't have the best intentions in mind.
Yes.
Not everybody, you know,
Yeah.
there's some people who are just doing their
Like
best, made
tax
some
fraud
mistakes.
can go to jail. I feel like those people are the least harmless.
Yeah, but you think of some like bid off their rocker. Not even have to go to like an insane asylum or anything, but bid off their rocker, and then all of a sudden, like, I'll go
Might have a grape charge or two,
Yeah.
and then just claims that he's that. Yeah, that's scary. It's not good.
I think from what I understand, there is some screening, but I can't imagine it's a good idea at all, though.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think when you go to jail, you get that right? Like, do you feel like that?
What do you think a trans person in jail's pronouns are?
Probably back and door.
I was gonna say heathen.
Oh, jeez.
Heathen.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Ooh.
I get it.
Tough crowd here. Ooh.
This guy's absolutely disgusting.
Can hear him laughing out there. There's someone out there laughing.
We should get a little laugh track on this thing.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
I also wanted to, just because it's a hot topic, and I think it deserves. Okay, it deserves some attention. Is the aliens thing with the new spacecrafts and everything? Deserves a little bit of
aliens, like.
Yeah. What do you think about aliens? Do you think they're real?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're somewhere in our galaxy or other galaxies. There's beings out there that are similar or better than us.
Do you think any have come to Earth?
It's a good question. I could. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. That's a tough one. I feel like the universe is so advanced and so far apart that it'd be very tough. But also the only thing that we know is what we know in our like our planet. Our laws are what we made as laws, right? Those other beings might not have the same laws of physics, the same laws of like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean traffic laws as well.
Yeah, traffic laws.
Like we have speed limits, and
right.
I think that really holds us back from space travel.
Just get rid of them.
we could probably find out if there's life out there if we didn't have these dang speed limits.
Amen.
Open that interstate up.
Yeah, that galactic highway.
Yeah. Fire it up.
The Autobahn for the stars. Autobahn and scars.
I don't know. I'm kind of torn on it. Some days I feel like they're like we've been visited. I'm like convinced, and then cooler heads prevail, and I'm like, you think like especially with iPhones and stuff, you think there'd be some decent footage.
Yeah. Also, like the only thing that's convincing is that the U.S. military has like documentation of it.
Well, isn't theirs just as of right now at least? Isn't it just on like they don't know what the crafts are?
They don't know. So that should be something that's.
But couldn't they just be from Russia or China? Just technology we don't have yet?
I don't think so. I think the United States is and China. Like I think the United States is far superior in aircraft than China and Russia.
Do you think it's the Egyptians?
It's probably. I don't know. I could see it being like the Colombians.
You could see that?
Yeah, like they got a lot of money, right?
Do they?
Like the cartels.
Do they still have a lot of money? Yeah.
I would imagine.
I actually don't even know.
Escobar, where did all his money go? He probably invented aliens, that guy.
Invented aliens? He paid for them?
Yeah. They're just like Colombians high on coke. They're just floating.
That is a theory. What would you do if you encountered one? Like you had an interaction. One, what do you think would happen? Like, what do you think that interaction would be like? And two, what would your response be?
With an alien?
Yeah.
I don't think it would. I'd be more curious than I would be scared, I think.
Do you want me to set up a bit of a situation for you?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's Friday night. I mean, you had a couple golf tournaments during the week. You're driving home on your electric scooter when a vehicle going the speed limit stops at a stop sign and then proceeds to go forward, and you didn't follow the rules of the traffic laws and they accidentally hit you. You fall over, you kind of get wobbled, they drive away fast because it wasn't their fault, and that's not like them to do anything like that. You get up, all of a sudden a UFO comes down, face to face with an alien. What are you doing?
Are they fixing me? They're like, oh no, this guy got hit by that crazy driver.
No, you're not hurt, dude.
Oh, I'm not hurt.
You're
I just
completely
I got hit
fine.
by a car, but I'm fine.
You're completely. It was low speed.
I would definitely think I'd have some mental damage though, because like I wouldn't probably believe it at first,
Okay.
and then I would try to figure out if they're hostile, maybe, like, or if they're just checking in. You know,
How would you do that?
I would hopefully speak to them. I would use my language, and hopefully they can understand my language. Or I would use hand signs. But if they only have 3 fingers, that might be a little issue.
Oh.
Yeah, because how do you communicate with
3 fingers.
Yeah.
No, I'll show you. I'll show you later, buddy.
That's what they're doing, eh? Nah, I don't know. I don't think it'd be too bad. I like to think that if they're traveling this far, they're not doing it to... They got to come a long way if they're just going to, like, fuck shit up, you know? Like, there must be a sound reason for them to be here.
Why do you think they came to you?
Because I'm probably the most unique human being on the planet.
Is that your belief?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm the best.
Well, you said unique.
Yeah.
I agree that you're the best. I agree, but you initially said
it's probably
unique.
just a coincidence that they probably came to me first.
Yeah, maybe they were also going to go to the bar.
That, or they were looking at my scooter. They're like, shit, that's pretty neat. They take my scooter and then they...
Peace out?
Yeah.
Okay, do you think you'd have any, like, repercussions, like, health-wise after meeting them?
No, I'd be more concerned about getting hit by the car probably than meeting them.
Why? Why are you concerned about the car? The car doesn't matter. It wasn't his fault.
The alien that hits you with this spaceship just to double down. And
Yeah.
they have like a bumper sticker that says they brake for no one.
Aliens don't stop for
I'm
the
not
car.
speeding, I'm qualified. Fucking shit like that.
Jesus is my GPS.
Yeah. And they just gone. Oh, that'd be a trip. Yeah.
You get abducted into the spaceship, and Jesus is literally the GPS.
Yeah.
He did.
Go that way.
He never got crucified. He just got captured. He got abducted. He's in shackles.
Some ancient alien stuff right there.
They're
dude.
keeping him alive to guide them through the galaxy.
Yeah.
This guy knows some shit.
That sounds like a great movie. And me and him and Jesus have to escape the aliens.
Do you know how many drugs you'd have to do to probably
write that?
make that whole movie?
Yeah, you'd have to do a lot of drugs. We could probably get it done though. I know some people.
With drugs or
No, that are on drugs that could probably do it
okay.
for us.
Okay. Yeah, I think my response would probably be to stand still and just
Not move.
hopefully I'm okay
Like,
by the end of
walk
it.
up. Maybe if I don't move, they won't see me.
I would introduce myself.
Okay.
Hey, the name is Pelle. Nice to meet you. How you doing?
Yeah. Co-host of the Thic and Thin podcast. You guys should check it out.
You guys interested in personal training?
You're a little skinny there.
Do you feel like you're your best? Or do you feel like you could be a little better?
Yeah. And then pull up your Instagram.
I don't know if you know who I am.
Yeah, I could see that.
Let me introduce myself.
Yeah, that'd be neat. I don't know. I think I think it'd be cool.
Do you think any of us would believe you if you've seen them?
No.
How would you tell us? Would you tell us first of all if you have?
I would. I just don't think I don't think you guys would believe me though. So I think it'd be funny. It'd be a funny story.
Yeah.
Also, probably life changing and scary. So
Yeah. I think you'd be mentally messed up. I think I would be too.
Throw all your ideas of religion and morality to the garbage. Like
To the wind.
yeah.
Dust to the wind, really.
Yeah. Like that'd be interesting.
Right on. Right on. Well, that cleared it up for me. Thanks. Appreciate you taking the time.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. I also want to talk about something recently. The Special Olympics are coming up. here.
Okay.
And now you can finally sports bet on them. You can now sports bet on the Special Olympics.
No.
Yes.
And what do you want me to do? What do you need from me?
What category are you competing in?
That was distasteful.
Because I have a lot of money riding on you.
Are you saying that do I drive funny or something like that? What are you getting at?
I don't know. I think after you hit 3 kids on scooters.
Are you accusing me of something? I thought I made it very clear that I would never.
I'm just saying. That's all. There's rumors going around.
That's actually crazy that you can bet on Special Olympics.
Yeah. Who are you picking to win a strongman? Like, for instance, a power lifter.
I'm not betting on Special Olympics. I feel like that's terrible.
I don't know why. They're all people, right?
They're all people, yeah, but it's not designed to be like. It's designed.
Think about the money that's going though back to the Olympics though because of that, and the sponsorships that they're going to be getting. There's going to be a lot of money involved.
Okay, what is the special? My idea of the Special Olympics is mental impairment, but that's not completely it, is it?
No, it's
it
also
can be
like people
just physical.
Or yeah,
that I'm okay with. But what if, like in my head, should you be? Let's say there's 4 people, and it's a 100-meter race. And they all have Down syndrome.
Think about that bet though. Think about how much fun that'd be.
I think you should be able to bet, but maybe like behind the scenes, like don't make it public.
Oh, okay. I think it's probably great for the athletes knowing that they have people that had enough confidence in them that they're putting money on them.
Yeah, but it kind of feels like you're taking advantage of someone, doesn't it?
Why?
And don't you think? Don't you think? I see your point though. Like this, I didn't think of the other argument where that money can potentially go back into, like, let's say, pay the athletes or something like that. Yeah. All of a sudden, you just get this baller out there.
Now I'm just thinking, like, in powerlifting, you have to go with someone with Down syndrome because I feel like they're very strong.
Yeah, that is a strong.
So like that's where my bet would be.
Yeah, I agree.
If I'm like doing, let's say, something like javelin or something with like a more mental state, I would probably pick someone with Asperger's or something because they're normally really good at specific
very
tasks.
Precise, yeah.
So I think in betting in that way
can
would be
you?
Really interesting.
I don't know. Can you go into the Special Olympics with something like Asperger's or autism? Like, does that get you in? I don't know either.
No clue. I don't know what classified it.
We should get someone on here.
Mm-hmm. Hey, if you have Asperger's or autism, jump on the podcast. I'm sure you'd be comfortable having a conversation with 2 strangers. So.
I'm sure, yeah. I never even thought about that. No, that'd actually be cool though.
Yeah, it would be neat.
Do you like the idea of sports?
I do.
I get it, totally get it on the thing of like if it's an amputee or something who's like they're and this sounds insensitive, so I'm trying to be gentle, but their brain is functioning at full capacity. Mm-hmm. But if they're not, I feel like it is taking advantage of someone.
But what I don't understand is their brain has to be functioning at full capacity for them to be able to lift the weights they're lifting. Some of these guys.
Okay, my next question is, and this is gonna be a bad comparison. I get it. People are gonna maybe be upset, but we can have 2 people fight each other, right? And it's completely fine. But if we have dogs fight each other, it's not good. We've talked about this, right? What's the difference?
It's because dogs don't have the mental state to comprehend what's happening.
That's my point. Like, what if these people are like
these people fighting each other to the death?
I get that, but now I'm going to compare that, which I know it's a bad comparison. Dogs to people is a bad comparison, but let's say you have these people running the 100-meter sprint, and they're thinking, I'm going to just try my best and do my best here, and their mental capacity is that they're going to put in their best effort and they've been training for this. Meanwhile, there's guys like, let's say me and you standing in the stands being like, well, I hope Phil does good here. I got 10 grand on him if Phil doesn't do good. And now I'm pissed at Phil.
But that can happen in professional sports with normal mental states.
Yeah, but they know that that's happening with normal men. Kind of like the dogfighting thing.
Yeah.
Those guys in that ring know that's happening.
Yeah, but I don't think it's that deep, really.
I don't know.
The people in the Special Olympics, that's their whole career, is the Special Olympics. Like that's what they're.
Yeah, but some of them don't get.
Creme.
Yeah, but some of them don't get an option for another career.
What do you mean?
Like some of them don't have the capacity.
They're not that messed up.
I don't.
You're making them sound like they can't work in public because they only have the Special Olympics.
Some of them, I'm sure, do. No,
dude.
Am I wrong?
I think you're wrong. Like they're athletes. Like.
Oh, I don't disagree.
I'm just trying to think how you're like, nope, that guy can't have a job, but we're gonna give him a giant spear to throw.
I think that happens.
No, that does not. I can't see that. I think there
like you don't think like in town here we have gateway resources, right?
Yes.
Where it's people who need someone to take care of them.
No, I don't think.
You don't think any of them like
No,
you don't
because
think you
they're
get the
not athletes. They're just
but,
people.
But what if they are? They do have a skill
If
like
they
that?
do have a skill and they're really good and athletic at that skill, then
Yeah.
yeah, they should be able to.
And you're
get
okay
in
with
there.
betting on that?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Okay.
Because it's an even playing field.
I could see corruption. I can see corruption creeping
in all
in.
sports betting, though.
I can see people getting taken advantage of. I can see corruption creeping its way in.
I just think it's
Next
great. I think
thing
that's
you know, someone's going across the street with a scooter they shouldn't afford that they used with their betting money, and somebody makes one mistake one day.
No, I think it's cool.
Yeah.
I like that because now you got.
Dang, I got to think about
the guy
that.
that actually wins, he's winning. You know.
Yeah, he's making like I would like it if he got some revenue from that betting.
Maybe
like,
there
if
might be
that's
some sort of.
That's the way I would like it. But don't you think that maybe it could creep in that the people who are betting can start to like manipulate the sport a little bit or manipulate the athletes?
No, because it's still like a sanctioned body. Like
And they've never been corrupted?
No, they have, but they've caught it. Like there's reprimand. Like you can't like they get punished for it. Like that's why Russia's not in it because of the blood doping.
Yeah, but have you heard of the Olympics or FIFA?
Yes, yeah, but it's if you don't get caught, you're not doing it.
Hang on, didn't they have the Olympics in China?
Yes.
That's wild.
Yeah, dude.
See what I mean?
Yeah. No,
like
but
that's
nuts. Like it's if you don't get caught, then you're not doing it, right? So just don't get caught. That's like all governments.
Hell yeah.
Just don't get caught.
We should become governments.
Yeah, we should. The next election we'll be running, me and you.
Yeah.
See how well we do.
As a pair?
Yeah.
As a couple?
That'd be neat.
Might
be good.
Might get us somewhere. Is there any laws against that?
No idea.
I can't see it.
We could probably start a betting app on that too.
Mm-hmm.
There's betting on presidential campaigns. So
that seems a little sketchy too.
That does seem sketchy. That seems more sketchy than the Special Olympics.
I agree. That seems more consequential at the very least. Yeah. Wow, I didn't see that one coming today, man.
No, I think
that's a good one.
Yeah, I think it's cool. It's cool. I think it's good for them. I think it's good for the sports.
Yeah.
Yep. I just can't. I just like. You got like bet MGM.
DraftKings.
Yeah, like it's on like Special Olympics. Yeah, I don't know. You got like jersey sponsors, maybe.
Do you think now just connecting this full circle in between my example? Do you think people in this there should be like MMA in the Special Olympics?
No, I don't.
Why?
Because I think there's already wrestling.
Okay.
So I don't. Yeah.
Do you think there should be MMA in regular Olympics?
Yes.
I agree. That'd be really cool.
Yeah, I think so too. Yep.
That'd be really cool. Do you think many people would do it though? Because I'm sure the money wouldn't be quite there.
No, but you're going for your country.
Do you think that matters as much anymore? Or what's your thoughts with that?
Yes,
like, are people as patriotic?
Yes. Especially depending on which country you come from. It seems like the poorer the country,
the more patriotic.
The more patriotic you are.
Which is also ironic because lots of times they're also the people who want to get out of that country. Yeah. We were actually talking about this today in the office. Something that I feel that's tough about living in Canada, and you tell me what you think about this, is there's such a push for cultural diversity that there's no culture sometimes. Or very little. Yeah. Do you feel that?
Yes and no, because I was last week Friday. I was at the Sun Catch here in town, and there was a Filipino band playing.
Yep,
it was all culture.
That's cool.
So that was really neat.
But do you feel like when you go to other places, like other countries, that there's more like if you wanted authentic Chinese food, there would be more access to it?
Or there's Japanese a lot of good Japanese and Chinese foods like in Winnipeg. I just think it's just because we live in a small town.
Yeah.
That there's no like access to that stuff because no one wants to move to small towns because that's not where majority of their cultures are probably.
Yeah.
So.
But you think there's like
Yeah,
good stuff?
I'd like to believe so.
Yeah.
Um.
Because I sometimes feel like it gets like killed out kind of thing.
Yeah, maybe.
Like it's pushed
because
out.
They can't eat dog. They can't cook dog.
Oh, jeez.
Is that what you mean by the culture?
That's that.
Yeah.
It's crazy you got to that because that's exactly what I meant.
Like, I don't know. I don't know. I would hope that there are some, and also your idea of good Chinese food might be different from someone else, right?
I would say this is what I meant more so. What it would be authentic.
Okay.
Authentic, let's say Chinese or Mexican
It
or
probably
Italian.
does get diluted because they're probably going to be trying to market it towards white people.
Yeah,
So
but I
then-
think like in a place, and this actually led to from the discussion of how many people in the U.S. It seems like one don't want to ever leave the U.S. and two don't even have like a passport. Like it's not even really a thing for a lot of people.
Yeah, and I think that's just government brainwashing.
But I wonder, it led to that because it was like, do a lot of people within, let's say, the United States, because there is so many different locations of culture, that they feel like, well, why would I need to? If I want really, really good Mexican food, I can just go here. If I want really, really good Chinese food, I can just go here. If I want this, I can just go there. Where in Canada, we don't really have that.
No, that's true. We
So-
don't have like, because it's all just cold. There's no like sanctions
Yeah.
of like where you got the Mexican people in southern California, like southern United States.
Yeah, and that's
Like,
what I mean.
there's
Like
not
you can,
there's not
yeah.
clusters of it. Yeah, no, that's true. But also, I went to North Dakota.
Yep.
And I met just a bunch of rednecks.
Yep.
Never touched Asian food probably in their life.
Yep.
Never wanted to leave. They don't have a passport. They don't have anything. Just love their country.
See, and I would love, and it's just the love of their country.
I think that, or just arrogance.
See, in my head is like, wouldn't you want to see other places? And my argument was, I want to see other places. I want to see,
I want to go to those locations where I can get the best.
yeah, or even just observe like a different perspective of the world. Like just get this is the way these people or this group of people or this culture sees the world.
Yeah.
That's different than my own.
Yeah.
And that's what led to that.
Yeah.
So,
No, that's true. I don't know. Yeah.
and maybe that's stereotyping the entirety of the United States too. I don't know. Maybe there's lots of Canadians like that too.
Yeah. There are definitely Canadians that don't want to leave Canada for sure.
Do you think that's increased or do you think that's decreased?
It's decreased.
Like more Canadians want to leave?
Yes.
Like to travel or leave?
To leave, to buy, to go. Yeah.
Why?
They probably go by train. Like that's
Like to leave, they'd go by train?
Yeah, something very traditional. We're gonna take the train out of this town and never come back.
With like little sticks and
Yeah.
a little bag at the end?
Yep.
Dang.
Yep.
Why do you
Why
what
do I think that is?
Yeah, why do you think that is?
Well, because our dollar's going less and less further. We're
Yeah.
getting taxed to the nines for gas, for heating, for
Everything.
food. Like there's just no point.
But at least we've got good roads, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we got great roads for sure. Yeah. I don't know. It's tough. Like you see the money that goes to other places and you're like, "Oh, that could have been used to maybe fix what we got going on here." And I'm not saying that's just our problem. I'm saying that's like everybody's problem.
Mm-hmm.
Like why is it costing me milk, bread, eggs, and some beef to eat healthy? It's costing me $50 a pop or $60 a pop, depending on what cuts you're getting and stuff.
I think the thing that it does in my brain at least, and that I see, is like when things start to push that way, like start to become so expensive like that, everybody, including myself, you start to look out for number one more. Like your generosity goes down because you feel like, I don't know how generous I can be.
Do you think that also because you're thinking of yourself now, does that increase the homelessness and stuff?
Well, I think I'm definitely, like me personally, I'd definitely be more hesitant in being like, hey, I can give this away or I can help with that. Yeah. Where it feels like, hey, I'm getting taxed so hard. I'm either getting taxed so hard or I'm expected to pay more on gas here or this there. I can't even, like, if I wanted to help somebody, I don't know if I can, like, maybe I can, but you're more hesitant because you're like, how much of this money am I actually going to be able to keep to help somebody?
Yeah. Do you know what else I find interesting too, though? No matter who we elect to fix these problems,
it's the same.
It gets worse.
Oh yeah, it's the same thing. I think it's because it's all the same people, like the same, like who runs for politics.
Self-interested people,
Yeah.
narcissists.
Nobody who runs for politics or to be a politician is probably the person.
They're looking out for themselves.
Yeah. It's like, well, what can I do to make sure my investments keep increasing? What can I do?
Stay lined.
Yeah. So when I'm out of here, I can write a book or have an audio biography, a podcast.
Did you listen to RFK Jr. on Rogan?
He's the one with the weird voice, right?
Yes, he's got some sort of illness.
I listened to a little bit of it.
Yeah, he's got some really. He seems pretty level-headed.
He does.
Yeah.
He does.
Yeah. He's getting bashed now for being an anti-vaxxer and spreading anti-vax information.
But see, I don't get where that comes from in terms of like that stuff. Like, it's like, when did that become a thing? Like, that's other people's thing. Like,
But,
that
like,
business.
And now it's like anti-vax information doesn't mean they're not making it about polio. They're not making it about actual vaccines that have been proven. It's always about COVID.
Yeah, but and then what? And then even then, like, it wasn't a big deal 10 years ago with even like everything else. So why is it all of a sudden a thing now?
It could have been a big deal. Polio cases are on the rise because people aren't getting vaccinated for polio.
Is polio infectious?
No, but
so what does it matter?
Diagnosed with it because they're not vaccinated for it.
That's between you, your parents, and your doctor.
Yeah, but
so that's not my problem. Like, if your parents do their thing, I'd be like, okay, give her.
Yeah, I know, but that's endangering kids, like even the ones that aren't born yet. Like,
I feel like that's between you and your parents.
Yeah, I guess I would just hope my parents and I guess you could get it at 18. You just have to hope you don't catch polio in that time.
Yeah, but I just don't feel like it's like, why is it all of a sudden everybody's issue? Like, you know what I mean?
It's not everybody's issue. It's the future's issue. It's like, oh, we'll let future you worry about it. Why not just have your ass covered?
Sure, but that's like, your parents can do that.
Yeah, but
like, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to go like...
There's parents that aren't doing it, though.
Which is their business.
Yeah, okay.
You know?
Then why pay taxes?
What do you mean, why pay taxes?
What does it... why are you paying taxes?
So I have a road to drive on.
We don't, though.
Yeah, we don't. But I mean, like, in the sense of like, your parents smoke cigarettes. Your parents...
the IRS doesn't come after you and hope you don't go to jail.
Your parents smoke cigarettes, right? Mm-hmm. Should they not be able to?
No.
Because you can get secondhand smoke?
Yeah, I would. There is a law against that. If you're 16 and under, you can't technically smoke with kids in a car.
Yeah, but should they smoke at all, even next to you?
They shouldn't, no, because it's in danger.
Should there be a law for them? Like, should it be my issue?
No, it shouldn't be your issue. I just don't. It's different with kids, though. I just think when kids get in, like, I don't know. It's
like if a
the
kid.
COVID vaccine's a completely different thing in my head. Because it's a cold. Yeah. It's essentially just a cold.
Yeah, it is wild.
Yeah. People have had it. People got over it. It seems to be fine. And
yeah.
So they really hyped that up because it was very infectious. Yes, but my mom's a diabetic. Yeah. She never had COVID. Yeah. Not once. And it could be the vaccine that she took, or it could just be the fact that it just wasn't. It was not as.
Didn't get her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Like. I don't know. I'm a big rather be safe than sorry. That's why people have savings accounts. That's why like you have insurance for your car. That's why like so and I mean I'd rather be autistic than have polio. So yeah.
Yeah, but it's your personal choice. My thing is always like it's like most of the time, 99% of the time, it's not my problem.
You don't feel bad for those kids though?
Sure, but I can't feel bad for everybody. Like, I can't feel bad, and it's not like...
You don't think you could change that, though?
No, it's not my problem.
Okay.
Like, if a parent wants to feed their kids Kraft dinner and, like, trash food, that's the parent's thing. I'm not going to come into their house and be like, your kid should be eating this and your kid should be getting this much activity. Yeah. I definitely feel bad if I see a kid in a position where they're not getting set up very well. And if the kid was to come to me and say, hey, like... Is there a way I can do this better? I'd be like, hey, this is the information I have.
Yeah, okay. Now, but those kids don't have the opportunity to do that because they don't even know.
Yeah, but I think there's a boundary between like someone's family and your family.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess.
You know, because someone like, where do you draw that line where it's all of a sudden like, okay, now since you can come into their space and say, hey, you do this, where's that line that they can come back into your space and say, you can do this and you can do this?
You can do that, though. That's democracy.
Yeah, but then they also get the choice to agree or disagree. That's what I'm saying. You get the choice to listen or not listen.
Yep.
That's, yeah.
Yeah, I'm personally just worried about that. So, yeah. I've just seen like a lot of horror stories of like polio and stuff. It sucks.
Yeah, I
There's a
believe
guy
it. Doesn't
like
sound
an iron
good.
lung. He was like in the 40s or 50s. Lived his whole like 60 years in that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Think they're made out of titanium now? They got titanium lungs, or are they still made out of iron?
Fiberglass, asbestos.
Surprised it didn't rust in that amount of time, you know? A lot of WD-40.
They couldn't put it next to the ocean. Just
The road.
Yeah.
Yeah, pull up the rusty lung.
Old Billy just shut her down. Imagine living in that thing. What would you do all day? Would you do
He
iPod?
was able to learn how to use his head to draw. So like he'd have like use his mouth and he'd just
Do you think you could bet on it?
on his writing. Hell yeah.
Like what he's going to write.
Yeah.
Or what his picture was. Maybe he drew a picture, but you could hardly tell what it was. And you're like, okay, everybody.
Yeah, it's like charades.
Yeah, put your bet in, and closest bet
Probably
was.
really good at Pictionary.
Yeah, probably. Dang, where we at? You good to close this thing out?
I think we should keep it going a bit. We gotta.
You want to keep
we gotta
this
air out
rolling?
Some laundry a bit. Yeah.
Why? You do
No, we should like we hit our serious bit. Now we gotta bring it up a bit. Then we close it off.
bring her up?
You know, you can't just end it on like a serious note. It's not healthy,
It,
right?
is it gonna give you anxiety?
No, it won't. It's just I think it's boring.
Fucking call your bluff.
I don't know. We can end it. Yeah.
No, we can. What's funny these days?
What's funny these days? Nothing. Nothing's funny. We live in a fucking dystopian. We live in a dystopian country. It's all falling apart. We keep paying more. Oh, I got my property taxes. That's funny.
Yeah. Did you?
I
Yeah.
love being an adult and just like forgetting about that bill that's coming.
Yeah.
And then you kind of get the bill and like, oh, at least it's only due in August.
Do you put money away for?
Yes, I do,
yeah.
thank
Good.
God,
Yeah, me
but-
too.
Like, I should put more away. It's not. It's never like, oh, thank God I have that bill completely covered. It's like, oh.
Do you ever think of like I've had the realization? I mean, today I tweaked my back just a little bit, reaching for a weight plate, just little things like that, and just like little things start to like add up more, and then you start to complain about different things. I mean, we just had a whole conversation about like people getting polio and not getting polio.
Yeah.
Do you ever think and earlier about golf?
Yeah.
Like, do you ever have these moments where you're like, man, I'm getting old now. Like these are old people. Like we would have at 17, 18, we would have never. We would have been like.
I noticed I'm becoming more like my father, which
yeah.
is scary.
Like what kind of things?
Like I smoke now. I can be short tempered like him sometimes. I consume a lot of coffee. I'm starting to relate more to him now than before. Do you know what I mean? Like with things that his ideologies and stuff, which is interesting because before I was very like no, I was always opposite. But maybe that was like a resentment thing. Like
is he trying to get your friend, like you to talk to your friends about like joining?
his little thing that he's got going on?
Yeah.
No, I don't think it's that.
Not yet.
No. I'm a lieutenant now though.
He
I'm a grand wizard.
You're a grand, because he's texting me lately, and he's getting like, I might come to the next one.
Oh, good. Yeah, we do it in Stanley Park.
Okay.
We just have a fire, get some good boys around that fire, and we just chat.
He said something about we sing and stuff.
Yeah,
He said,
yeah. We dance sometimes. Just to Leonard Skinner, though.
I did that. Could you imagine you and your dad dancing in Stanley Park to Leonard Skinner?
And sober. Yeah, no.
Just a boombox. Radio. Okay, Dad, it's just me and you again.
It's just Camaros, Corvettes, Trans Ams, and Mustangs. And that.
You have to drive. That's what you have to
that's all you
drive.
can drive,
So
yeah.
my Ford Fusion can't
No,
make it.
sorry, you'd have to find some sort of old muscle car.
Can I come with
It
you?
barely runs. It's highly carb.
Do you guys believe in carpooling?
It's pretty communist of you.
Sharing a ride. You can do it, but you might not stick around. How many members?
2. Me and my dad. Yeah, it's gonna take off yet.
Cut to episode like 20 of the podcast. It's you and your dad. Welcome to Through Thick and Thin.
Me and my dad aren't doing anything in Stanley Park. This is an ongoing joke. It's funny.
Check in.
I'm okay.
Check in.
I would not commit suicide, or I would not be murdered. I am mentally stable and I'm okay.
Torrie said all the buzzwords for this podcast. He said the C word, he said the S word, and you said the R word.
I said grape. I tried to say grape.
So this sucker's gonna get.
It's in the basement of YouTube somewhere already. So that's great. I gotta fix that, man.
No, you're fine. Why are you so hard on yourself, dude?
Because I wanna be better. You know.
You're doing
I wanna
good.
be better. I wanna be better.
I feel like you're getting in your own head. I think you're doing a great job.
Thanks, man.
You know, Torrie, can I tell you something?
Yeah.
Face to face.
Yeah.
Me and you, we don't do this enough.
Like,
this sit and talk like this, But you're my favorite co-host,
Right on. Yeah, shit, I hope so. There's just one, right?
I wouldn't swap you out for anyone.
Right on. I wouldn't either, man. Because you're the building and
well, your dad, can you tell him to quit texting me then, dude? 'Cause
so I told my parents not to listen to this thing at all, right?
Have they listened to it?
He found it.
No.
My dad found it.
No.
I came over there one day and dude, my dad, I've never felt shame like that.
What did he
before.
say?
He's like, you got to cut that shit out. He said you got to clean it up a bit.
What did you say? Was there anything in particular?
Nothing. No, I said, oh, you listen to it. He's like, what do you think? He's like, you got quite the mouth on you. I said, like he was mad. He was like mad about it, but he obviously is fine. Like,
yeah,
he's just like you need to clean yourself up. But
dang, do you think it was the thing about you buying dildos?
No idea. I don't know. I showed my mom though the reels and stuff of us.
Yeah,
loved them. She thought it was hilarious.
Oh, that's classic
so
mom.
Very like.
You're fine.
Yeah. No, I'm not concerned about it.
You're not going to change.
No, it's just funny that like I told him not to do it and he
did it.
And I looked at him like, that's what I told you.
Classic teenager, am I right?
Told you not to do it. Told him not to meet your hero.
Well,
you met him.
Shout out Lauren on the next episode scolding us, breaking through the door.
Yeah.
Shut that down. Yeah. Shut that shit down.
Now, every time I tell him I'm coming to your place, I have to tell him I'm working out. Where I got to do this under wraps.
You tell him you're going to Canadian Tire.
Yeah. I'm going to buy lighter fluid and white bedding.
for your next meeting at Stanley Park or what? Yeah. Dad, I'm going to buy another CD. Leonard Skinner
one run dry.
Sorry,
I only listen to Freebird so much.
Back in black it is, baby.
We need some AC/DC in this thing.
Sweet, man. Well, is that good? You good to call that?
Yeah, this is better.
Sweet, man. I'm glad.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you guys for listening to this episode of Through Thick and Thin. I hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, we got into some serious conversations, and I think that's good for a change on this podcast.
Yeah, it was kind of fun.
Yeah.
It's kind of good. I feel like it was the quietest we've ever been for a little while.
Maybe, yeah.
We're just
your ears won't be bleeding this time, so
yeah.
that's great.
Hopefully this audio keeps getting better, and our production value keeps going up, and our viewership follows eventually.
Oh, at some point, it's
gonna, right? This thing's gonna take off.
I just got to keep saying those buzzwords more. Well, thanks for tuning in, guys.
Catch you in the next one.